Hi there everybody and welcome to Get Strumming. Well, I've got a ukulele in my hand and I'm not afraid to play it. So here we go. So to begin with, before we start with the tuition, I just thought I'd give you a quick song just to reflect the beautiful weather of today. To laugh when the sun is out. I've got something I can laugh about. I feel good in a special way. I'm in love and it's a sunny day. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. We take a walk, the sun is shining down, burns my feet as they touch the ground. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Then we lie beneath some shady tree. I'm still loving, she's loving me. She feels good, she feels she's looking fine. I'm so proud to know that she is mine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. And good day, sunshine it is too. Blimey, we've needed this, haven't we? A bit of warm weather. Well, welcome to Get Strumming. Now, I'm going to start from scratch today, just in case we've got any new listeners, new viewers here. And to begin with, the important thing is, when you're playing the ukulele, get your instrument tuned up. So, I've got one of these. It is a Viking tuner, and how it works is you clip it onto the headstock of your ukulele. This is the headstock, and you clip it on like that, and basically there's a little counter here, an LED counter, and there's a needle which flicks from the left to the right, and the aim is to get the needle into the centre of the dial, and you know your strings in tune. So the vibration of the strings works its way up through the wood and into this gadget here, and it tells you whether you're in tune. And the string names that you need are G, C, E, A. Good children eat apples. Always remember that. It's a really good phrase to remember, so you know which order the strings go in. So the fourth string is the string that's closest to your face, and that is the G. So we're going to have a look at that now and just check whether that's in tune or not. So here we go. Now, according to this, the needle's flicking too far into the right. So what we need to do, oh, now it's to the left. It can't make its mind up. Now it's in the centre. Sometimes they can be a little bit temperamental. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's in tune. So when you see flash green and the needle points to the centre, that means your string's in tune. So the next string is a C, and that's in tune. And then the E's a little bit sharp. If the needle goes too far to the right, it means that it's sharp, which means you need to slacken the string a little bit. So here we go. There we are. That's in tune. And A, that's a little bit sharp. So there we go. I've just slackened that off a bit. If it goes too far to the left, that means it's flat. So you need to tighten the string. So there we go. All set to go. There we are. Now, if you remember, for those of you that were watching last week, we had a go at the song Row, row, row your boat, and all you need is one finger to play this song. And you'll have played your first song. Great, eh? So here we go. So what we're doing is we're using our third finger on the chord hand. Now if you're left-handed, you'll be using your right hand to play the chords with. And if you're right-handed, you will be using your left hand to play the chords. So I'm obviously right-handed. So we use our ring finger or third finger, and we're counting the frets. Now the frets are the blank spaces that run all the way up the fingerboard like that. So we're going to be using the third fret up, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to be using the first string. So that's the string that's closest to the floor. And there we go. There's a C major, third finger. Now don't worry if to begin with it sounds a little bit like this. That's your fingers just getting used to the string, and it might take you a couple of weeks for your fingertips to harden up a little bit. Don't worry if it hurts as well, because when you start playing a stringed instrument, your fingers, like I said, aren't used to the texture of the string, and you get these little grooves in your fingertips, and you'll be, you know, washing them under cold water. So there we go. Now, for those of you that have got a ukulele, here's your chance to show off your stuff. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play a metronome, so it helps us keep in time. So all we're doing is simple downstrokes with the strumming hand across the string, and you need to be holding the ukulele so against your chest, if you can, about this height, and you're going to be using either your thumb or your first finger to strum with, just across the strings there, just where the neck meets the body. So there we go. Okay, so let's have a listen with the click track. So nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And again, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So there you go. First song learnt. Now the other songs that we had a look at last week were Achy Breaky Heart. Now this song has got 2 chords, so what I'm going to do very quickly before we have a go at it, I'm going to give you the chord diagrams. So here we go. So here's the C chord, as I mentioned before, and as you can see, you've got your frets here. So there's your first fret, second, third. So they're the horizontal lines, and then you've got your strings here. So the zeros above the strings means that you play those strings, you strum them. And then the 3 there means it's your third finger on the third fret up on the first string. So just like that. So there you go, that's the C chord. Okie doke. And then next up we've got the F chord. Exhibit F. So as you can see now, what we're doing is we're using our first and second fingers. So that's your pointing finger, your index finger, and your middle finger. So that's first finger, second finger. So let's have a look whereabouts we're placing our fingers. So as you can see, the first finger goes on the first fret on the second string. Handier if you actually put it that way up. So there we go. So I'll just demonstrate that on the fretboard now. So that's first finger, second string. That's the string that's second closest to the floor. And then we're putting our second finger on the second fret down on the 4th string. That's the string that's closest to your face. So there we go, that's the F chord. And if you give it a strum like that, it should sound something like that. As I say, don't worry if it sounds a little bit brr, brr, to begin with. It's completely normal. We all start off like that, where the strings buzz a little bit. That's just your fingers getting used to the strings, and eventually, as the more you practice, the tougher your fingertips will get. So there we go, excellent. So now let's have a look at Achy Breaky Heart. Now what we're doing with this is we're just jumping from the F chord to the C chord. So I'll show you exactly where we're changing chords. Don't forget, I've put a link on the Virtual Village Hall site where you can get all the song sheets, and even if you can't play the ukulele, you can sing along. So this song was written by Billy Ray Cyrus, who a lot of people might have heard more of a daughter these days, Miley Ray Cyrus, but it was Billy Ray Cyrus that wrote this, and it's Achy Breaky Heart. So what we're doing is we're starting on an F major chord. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is count to 4, and all you've got to do is keep strumming 1, 2, 3, 4. Just simple downstrokes, and I'll tell you where to change chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes when I am, and then we change into C. So there we go, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 1st string. Gone. You can tell your friends just what a fool I've been, and laugh and joke about me on the, and then back to the F chord. Phone. You can tell my arms go back to the farm. You can tell my feet to hit the, then to C, floor. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you, no. And then back to the F, more. Now we're into the chorus. So what I'll do now, I'll give you a breather, because we've played quite a lot there. So don't forget, there's your F chord. I'll get up closer to the camera because obviously it's difficult to see from back there. So this is your F chord, 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, and your 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. And then your C is 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 1st string. Just like that. Good. All right, let's have a go at the chorus now. So we're starting on the F. So after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it under. And then to C, stand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this. Back to F, man. Now verse 3. You can tell your ma I moved to Arkansas. You can tell your dog that bit my back to C, leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip, he never really liked me any. And then back to F, way. Now verse 4. Or tell your Aunt Louise, tell anyone you please, myself already knows I'm not O. Then to C, K. Or you can tell my eyes to watch out for my mind, it might be walking out on me too. And then back to F, day, back to the chorus. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it on. Then to C again, stand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this. And then back to F. Man, boom, boom. There you go. Achy breaky heart. 2 chords. So there we go. Now, before we continue, I'm going to give you a little breather just to shake your hands, get your circulation going again in your fingers. And I'm going to play you this song. This is an old song going back to the 20s. It's one of my favourites, actually. I absolutely love this song. It's called It's Only a Paper Moon. And there are quite a few chords in this, so I'm not expecting you to play along. But it'll just give you an example of what you can achieve with this little 4-stringed instrument. So this is It's Only a Paper Moon by Billy Rose. It goes like this. Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Now time to whistle. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. So there you go. That was It's Only a Paper Moon by Billy Rose. Beautiful song. And if you wanted to, you could even use a kazoo in the middle for a little kazoo solo, if you can't whistle. Alright, okay, moving along. Now, I'm moving pretty quick today, but don't worry if you're finding it difficult to keep up. That's totally understandable, and you can go back to the video afterwards and keep pausing it at certain bits where you're struggling with. It's not easy starting a new instrument. I always had trouble sort of learning new chords, and it took me a while to get my head around it, so it's completely normal. Right, okay, next we've got the G chord. This is where things get a little bit tricky. So, exhibit G. We've got 3 fingers that we're using now for this chord. We're using our first finger, second and third finger. So 1, 2, 3, again, Ted Rogers. And then we've got a triangle or an inverted triangle shape. So what we're doing is, for this chord, we're putting our first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, second finger on the 2nd fret, 1st string, and 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, second string. So I'll just now show you this close up. So there we go. First finger, second fret, third string. That's the string that's second closest to your face. Then your second finger, second fret, first string, and your third finger, third fret, second string. And that is a G major chord. There we go. G major. Good. Now the reason I've shown you that is because we're about to do an Elvis song, which we touched on last week, but we'll do it again just to refresh your memory. Then we're going to move on to another chord a bit later on. Exciting stuff, eh? Right, so this is for all you rock and rollers. So we're starting off with a C chord, and then we're going to an F chord, and then back to C, and then to G. So don't worry, I'm going to take it really slow. Whenever you're learning a new song, it's absolutely paramount that you start off playing it slow. Then when you're gaining confidence, speed up. But until then, just take things one step at a time. So we're starting off with our third finger, third fret, first string with a C. Here we go. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a... Then we're going to jump to an F major. So there we go, remember the F. Hound dog, crying all the... And then back to C major. Time. Well, you ain't. Then this is where the G comes in. So again, I'll show you close up. G, you're hopping your third finger onto the second string there. Then first finger, second fret, third string. Second finger, second fret, first string. Never caught a rabbit and you. Then back to F. Ain't no friend of mine. Back to C. Well, and then what you do is, this is called an anacrusis. It's where you're not playing at all. Well, they said you was, and then you start strumming on the C. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Well, they said you was, and then now don't forget to go to the the F major, sorry. High class. Well, that was just a, and then back to C. Lie. Watch out for the G coming up. You ain't G. Never caught a rabbit and you. Then back to F. Ain't no friend of. And then back to C. And then back to the next verse again. So stay on the C. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a... Then to F. Hound dog, crying all the... And then back to C major. Time. Nice simple downstrokes. You ain't... And then G. Never caught a rabbit and you. And then back to F. Ain't no friend of mine. And let's do the next verse. Well, they said you was high class C. Well, that was just a lie. Well, they said you was F. High class. Well, that was just a back to C. Lie. Well, you ain't G, never caught a rabbit, and your F ain't no friend of mine. There you go, you see? So, that's a song using 3 chords. So don't forget, I'm going to post these chord sheets in the comment section straight after the show, and then you can take a screenshot, print them out and play them and practice them at your own leisure. Yes, so that's a song using the chords C, F and G. Okay then, so next up I'm going to show you, I'm spoiling you today, 4 chords we're going to do. Now the next song we're going to do is, or the next chord we're going to play is the A minor, and you'll be pleased to know it's dead easy. All you need to use is one finger, and using your second finger on the 2nd fret up on the 4th string. That's the string closest to your face, 4th string. That's the G. And this chord is A minor. So let's have a look at the A minor. So again, 2nd finger, so that's your middle finger, 2nd fret up, and you're placing it on the 4th string. So there you go, that is the A minor. And I think this is a little bit out of tune. It's a new string, you see, because last week I bust it, which can happen if you're a little bit heavy-handed like me, and occasionally they twang, so just always keep a spare packet of strings in your case, just in case the need turns up. So there we go. And the trouble is, when you put a new string on, sometimes it takes them a while to bed in so they can get out of tune, so you've got to keep tweaking them a little bit. There we go, that's in tune. Right, good, good, good. Now, what can you do with 4 chords, C, F, G and A minor? Well, the answer is you can do absolutely loads. There are just hundreds of songs with this chord progression. And I'll show you one now. This is Let It Be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. There we go. So again, I'll show you the chords. C major, G major, A minor, the new chord that we've just looked at, and then the F, and then back to C, and then G, then F, back to C. So that's one song you can do. We'll look at these in more depth later, by the way. I'm just showing you these songs as examples for the time being. So here's another song that we can play using these chords, and that is Stand By Me by Benny King. So here we go. So C, A minor, F, G, and back to C, A minor, F, and G. Don't know my, oh, that's the wrong song. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, 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 stand by me. Won't you stand? Oh, stand by me. So there we go, simple chords, C. Now to A minor. Now to F, and now to G, and back to C. So I'll do the second verse for you now. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, 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 stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, 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 stand by me. Won't you stand by me? Stand by me. So there you go, 4 chords. Now if you notice, I accidentally played another one, which very similar, by Sam Cooke. Don't know much about history, don't know much biology, don't know much about science book, don't know much about the French I took, but I do know that I love you, and I know that 1 and 1 is 2. What a wonderful world we could be. Oh, oh. Again, 4 chords. Really handy to know your C, A minor, F and G. They're really, really handy chords. They're actually called the doo-wop progression, because if you notice, a lot of the doo-wop bands back in the 40s and 50s used to use this. You left me standing alone, without a dream of my own, without a love of my own. Again, you see, C, A minor, F and G. Just brilliant chords to learn. So, I'll go over the chords again in a minute. And don't worry, I am going to post these songs for you to learn. And I'll stick them in the comments section and we'll go through them next week. But the important thing for now is just getting your fingers used to that kind of strumming. At the moment we're just focusing on down strums. Now you can do down up strokes as well, but the important thing when you're learning a new instrument, or when you're learning the ukulele or guitar for that matter, get the chords right first. Make sure that your fingers are used to changing, and just use your strumming hand as a metronome, just keeping the bum, 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 bum. Just simple downbeats. So I always think it's a little bit like that thing where you tap your head and rub your stomach. It's getting the coordination right. So what we're going to do then, so we're armed with 4 chords now. So what we're going to do is play 4 strums on, no, we'll do 8 strums actually, 8 strums on each chord, and it'll give you a chance to change from one to the other. And what we're going to do is we're going to change from a C to an A minor to an F and then to a G. So we're going to start with the C chord, do 8 strums on the C major chord, then we're going to change to the A minor chord, do 8 strums on A minor, then we're going to do 8 strums on the F. Now, interestingly enough, to get from an A minor to an F, you can actually leave your second finger on the 2nd fret 4th string, and then to turn that into an F major, just place your first finger on the 1st fret 2nd string. So there's your A minor. There you go, if you can see that, just one finger, your 2nd finger, 2nd fret, and And then to change it to an F, leave your second finger on, put your first finger, first fret, second string. There you go, really easy change there. And then we're going to change to the G chord. So we're going to do 8 strums on each chord. This is a really good exercise to get your fingers used to different chords and how to jump from one to another. Okay, here we go then. So start off with C major. We'll do 8 strums really slowly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now jump to the A minor, so that's using your second finger, second fret, 4th string. 8 strums on A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do 8 on F. So don't forget, all you got to do to change to an F is put your first finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then this is the tricky bit, because you've got to rearrange your fingers now for the G. So don't forget, it's first finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, second finger, 2nd fret, 1st string, and 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right, let's do that again, but I'm not going to stop now. I'm going to go straight from chord to chord. So we'll take it slow again. 1, so starting with a C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To a G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. So there you go. That's C, A minor, F and G. So that's a really good exercise. Keep going through them. You can change the chord progression if you want. That's good, because then instead of just learning a particular way around, it'll help you get used to changing from one chord to another. So you don't have to do it in the progression C, A minor, F and G. You can change it around a little bit, but the important thing is just get your fingers used to those 4 chords, because there are absolutely bagfuls of songs that you can play using those 4 chords. So here's another one I'm going to play you. I'll let you have a break now. By the way, if you would like one of these, now this is a cup that we sell on our Get Strumming website. If you go to getstrumming.co.uk, that's my website, and we've got a shop section there, and you can buy one of these mugs. Now these mugs are brilliant because they've got every single chord that you will need, no matter how complicated the songs are. There's absolutely loads of chords there, so you can learn while you're having your cup of tea. There you go. So yeah, they're available. getstrumming.co.uk. Go to the shop section, where you will find loads of different ukuleles, loads of different accessories, and a few t-shirts, straps, cups, cufflinks, you name it. If you want to buy anything ukulele wise, that's the place to go. Anyway, right, moving along back to the songs. Here we've got a song using C, A minor, F and G. So, see if you remember it. It's by Dion and the Belmonts. Here's my story, it's sad but true. It's about a girl that I once knew. She took my love and ran around with every single guy in town. Hey up, hey up, bum de adi adi up. Hey up, bum de adi adi up. Hey up, bum de adi adi up. Ba ba da ba da ba da ba. I should have known it from the very start. This girl would leave me with a broken heart. Now listen, people, what I'm telling you. Keep away from a runaround Sue. I miss her lips and the smile on her face, the touch of her hair and a warm embrace. So if you don't wanna cry like I do, keep away from a runaround Sue. Hey up, hey up, bum de adi adi up. Hey up, bum de adi adi up. Hey up, bum de adi adi up. Ba ba da ba da da. She likes to travel around, yeah. She'll love you, then she'll put you down. Now people, let me put you wise. Sue goes out with other guys. And moral of the story from the guy who knows. I've been in love and my love still grows. Ask any fool that she ever knew, they'll say, I keep away from a runaround Sue. Hey up, hey up, bum de adi adi up. Hey up, bum de adi adi up. Hey up, bum de adi adi up. Ba ba da ba da ba da. She likes to travel around, yeah. She'll love you, then she'll put you down. Now people, let me put you wise. Sue goes out with other guys. Now the moral of the story from the guy who knows. I've been in love and my love still grows. Ask any fool that she ever knew, they'll say, keep away from runaround Sue. Hey up, hey up, up adi adi up. Hey up, adi adi up. Hey up, bum de adi adi up. Ba da ba da. So there you go, Runaround Sue. Again, another song using only C major, A minor, F major and G major. So there you go. 4 easy chords. The only one that's, as I say, that's a little bit tricky is the G major. And obviously people with sort of thick fingers might struggle to get their fingers on the fretboard with this. Now, as I mentioned last week, there are 4 different sizes of ukulele. There's the soprano. Now the soprano is a little diddy one like this. I'll get into the shot. So it's about up to here on this ukulele, which is a tenor. Then the next size up is a concert. Now the concert is about this big. This is obviously the tenor. And then you can get a baritone ukulele, which is even bigger than the tenor. Now the baritone is tuned more like a guitar. It's tuned lower down. The strings are tuned to a lower pitch. Therefore you get a much more deeper sound from a baritone. So they're tuned, instead of G, C, E, A, they're tuned to D, G, B, E. Just like a guitar, which I will just show you now. So this is how a baritone uke is tuned. So it's tuned to a guitar, the top 4 strings of a guitar. So if I were buying a ukulele, I would really recommend either a concert or a tenor ukulele. These are great, Ashburys. They're usually about between 50 and 60 pounds, and you can spend ridiculous amounts on ukuleles. I've got one that is not here with, oh, it's just in the corner there. I'll just get this one for you. Here we go. This is an Ohana, and this ukulele was about £200, but as you can see, it's got a battery pack and volume controls. This is an electro-acoustic ukulele, and it's really useful for plugging in and amplifying. So if you've got a speaker, you just basically plug it in with a guitar lead. Normal guitar lead will do. Plug it into your speaker and then you can play amplified. So there you go. And this ukulele has got a low G. Now, a lot of ukes tend to have a high G on them. Why do they have a high G, you may ask? Well, it gives the ukulele that really sort of high-pitched sound that you would associate with the instrument. So most ukuleles tend to have the bottom note here being high, which I could never get my head around when I began to play the ukulele. But it does give the uke a distinctive sound. But as I say, the other uke, this one, the Ohana, has got a bass string on. This was about £200, but obviously the difference in price is mainly because it's electroacoustic, but also it is well made. And I got it autographed by none other than Joe Brown and Neil Innes from the Bonzo Dog Doodah band. So sadly, Neil Innes passed away a few months ago, which was really sad. He was such a lovely, in fact both of them really lovely blokes. And if you want to check out anybody playing ukulele, I really recommend watch on YouTube Joe Brown, because he's superb on the uke, and there's a load of different songs that he plays using the ukulele, and he's still on tour with the brothers. So yeah, so anyway, this ukulele, as I say, about 50 to 60 pounds, and again you can find a whole host of different ukuleles on the Get Strumming website. That's getstrumming.co.uk, and they're from Gear for Music, which is a really good company and a really reputable company. Okay then, so I'm just going to now check out a few of the viewers here. Hi Sylvia, how's Stuart and Brian and Roger and Jay as well. How are you doing, Jay? Okay there. And Jay did the oh whoa 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 in Run Around Sue. Good, good, good. Okay then, well, I'm going to give you another song now from our songbook that I use in my group, and as you can probably tell with the ukulele, you can keep it as simple as you like, or you can really, you know, up the ante and learn as many chords as it. The more chords you learn, the more doors it tends to open. So I'll do you this one. It'd be churlish of me not to do a George Formby song, so I'll do you this one. Now I go cleaning windows to earn an honest bob. For a nosy Parker, it's an interesting job. Now it's a job that just suits me. A window cleaner you would be if you would see what I could see when I'm cleaning windows. Honeymooning couples too, you should see them bill and coo. You'd be surprised the things they do when I'm cleaning windows. In my profession I work hard, but I'll never stop. I'll climb this blinking ladder till I get right to the top. The blushing bride is doing fine, the bridegroom is doing fine. A rather average job than mine when I'm cleaning windows. Now there's a famous talky queen, looks a flat slapper on the screen. She's more like 80 than 18. When I'm cleaning windows, there you go. Bit of George Formby. Gotta do it, haven't we? Of course we have. All right then, so back to the chords. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through all the songs that we did earlier, because it's important whenever you're learning new songs just to keep going over them. I can't stress that enough. And whenever you've got a ukulele, don't just pack it away, leave it in a cupboard somewhere. Have it there in the corner of the room. Well, I've got all my guitars perched, so they're easy to grab hold of, and at any given moment I think, oh, what was that song? And I just pick my guitar up and then I learn it. And it's the really good way to keep practicing, is just keep that ukulele sat on a chair or sat on a shelf where it's easy to pick up. I'd normally suggest, even if it's just 5-minute intervals, you know, 4 or 5-minute intervals during the day, just give it a quick strum, and by no time at all you'll be strumming like a good one. All right then, so let's have a look at some of the songs that we did earlier. So we did Hound Dog. Let's do Hound Dog. So don't forget, we're going to be using the C, F and G chords for Hound Dog. And what I'm going to do again is I'm going to use the metronome, because the metronome's really good to help you keep in time. So I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that should suit us really. Right then, 1, 2, 3. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. C major. Crying all the time. Get ready for the F. You ain't nothing but a F hound dog. Crying all about to C time. Now get ready for the G. You ain't never caught a rabbit. F. You ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class on the C. Well, that was just a lie. Now to the F. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just about to say lie. Now to G. You ain't never caught a rabbit. F. You ain't no friend. About to say. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. There we go. C. Crying all the time. Now to F. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. Back to C. Now to G. You ain't ever caught a rabbit. F. You ain't no friend of mine. Back to C. And one more time. Well, they said you was high class. There we go. C. Well, that was just a lie. Now to F. Well, they said you was high class. Well, that back to C. Just a lie. Now to G. Well, you ain't ever caught a rabbit. F. You ain't no friend of mine. There you go. So that's Hound Dog. Alright, okie dokie. Let's have a look at an easier one. Let's do Achy Breaky Heart. 2 chords. That's all you got to worry about for this. So again, we'll play it pretty slow, just so that you can keep up with the chord changes, because I realise how difficult it is when you're changing chords. And another thing is, I didn't say this, always look. When people say, "Thou shalt not look at the fretboard when you're changing chords," that's a load of nonsense. I'm always taking a glance. I've been playing guitar for donkey's years, probably about 30 years now. It's nonsense. Don't worry about looking. Whenever I'm playing, I always like to check, just glance down, just to make sure I know where my fingers are, that they're landing on the strings. So this whole business of not looking is rubbish. So there we go. So we're starting off on the F chord, and here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm said gone. You can tell your friends just what a fool I've been, and laugh and joke about me on the F phone. You can tell my arms go back into the farm. You can tell my feet to hit the Battersea floor. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. Back to F. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it ought to say stand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. To F. You can tell my ma I moved to Arkansas. You can tell your doctor took my leg back to sea. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip, he never really liked me anyway. Back to F. Or tell your Aunt Louise, tell anyone you please, myself already knows I'm not okay. Back to C. Or you can tell my eyes to watch out for my mind, it might be walking out on me today. Back to F. Chorus. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill his F man. There you go. So use this video. If you've been playing along with the video, then keep referring back to it, because having the metronome there is really good to help you form some kind of rhythm and keep in time. So I hope you found that really useful, and what I'm going to do now is give you all a break, and I'm going to do you a song from the magic book here. Now, as you probably realise, we in the ukulele group that I teach, we've got hundreds of songs, so I'm going to pick you a real good one to close the show with, and this one is by Frankie Vaughan, sorry, right era, but also Shakin' Stevens did it back in the early 80s, I think it was 1981, so see if you remember it. I'll just like to say thank you all for joining me, and I will be back again next Wednesday. Alright, here we go. Here's Green Door. Midnight, one more night without sleeping, watching till the morning comes creeping. Green door, what's that secret you're keeping? night without sleeping, watching till the morning comes creeping. Green door, what's that secret you're keeping? Alright, so an old piano when they play it hot behind the green door. I don't know what they're doing, but they'll have a lot behind the green door. Who is it? Let me in so I can find out what's behind the green door. Yeah, saw an eyeball peeping through a smoky cloud behind the green door. When I said, Joe, send me someone, laughed a lot behind the green door. All I wanna do is join the happy crowd behind the green door. Yeah, I wish you'd let me in so I can find out what's behind the green door. Et voila. So that concludes our little strumming session for today. If anybody has got any song requests, then please leave them in the comment section and I will endeavour to do my best. And also, if you want to check out more tutorials, go to the Get Strumming website, that is getstrumming.co.uk, and there's also plenty of YouTube videos from Get Strumming where I talk about different songs. I'm usually recording a couple of songs a week to put on YouTube. So, and again, just keep requesting songs. If you've got a song you'd like me to teach you, then I will do a tutorial for it, either on here or on YouTube. And I'd also like to thank everybody at the Royal Voluntary Service and the Virtual Village Hall for the brilliant work that they're all doing. The classes on here are immense. You've got your cookery, gardening, a whole different array of different classes. And so don't forget to tell your friends and invite your friends onto the Virtual Village Hall Facebook page. I'd like to thank you again for joining me, and I shall see you next Wednesday. Get outside and enjoy that sun while it lasts. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye.